Hello tribe, how are you all doing? So thank you all of you who have joined this little competition that we have going on to get the intuitive deck, guys. And whoever is new here and you just joined this channel, I do read from abstract too, and I have handmade intuitive decks that I've created, and people, whoever wants to get this deck shipped from me to their home, they have entered the competition. So I'm basically not selling it, but I am going to be giving it in exchange of donations. So if you're interested, guys, take a look at the description down below and the video on my channel that explains more about it. How you can get it is called Your Own Intuitive Deck. Okay, so let's put the decks on a side. Now we're going to be using books as well. We're going to be looking at your successes. So what kind of life can you achieve in this lifetime that is your best potential here, or at least we'd say 90% of the potential. Okay, we'll be using the Book of Answers as well as Susan Jeffers, as you've seen before in my previous videos. Feel the fear and do it anyway, because the only thing that's holding you back is your own fear. Now, choose from piles, and we have pile number 1, which is this intuitive card over here. Pile number 2. Pile number 3. And pile number 4. Stop the video if you need some more time, and I'm gonna see you there. Hey guys, whoever has chosen pile number 1, let's take a look at what we have for you before we tune into your successes. Let's take a look at what might be possibly blocking a couple of people watching this video. Maybe there's going to be more of you, but the only break that is holding us from the success is really the fear. That's why I brought the Susan Jeffers book out for this reading. So let's pull a couple of cards. Maybe one is going to be enough. Let's see. Very interesting message. Your beloved deceased had a favorite book. So I would really like you to take a look at the book your beloved deceased, the closest one to you, had, or ask people around, if you don't know yourself, which book they dearly loved or which book had a very important meaning. Okay, and we're going to take a look at which page over there is going to have a message for you. We're going to be purely using tarot deck as page number, and I've been told to use 3 cards and put the number together. Let's see. Okay, Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups, and 2 of Swords. Okay, what I'm getting from this, take a look at chapter 2. Chapter 2, or take a look at a chapter that has duality to it. We have 2 pages here, okay? So something that can be connected with kids or with young energy in that book. Specifically chapter 2 or page number 20 for some of you, okay? Your beloved deceased had a favorite book. I would encourage you to take a look at that. Now, let's see what we have for you from the Susan Jeffers. I feel like you're quite fearful, guys, for you pile number 1. I don't know why. There's something in the introduction, and we'll take a look at the number 2 in introduction, what it has to say. and page 15. Okay, let's take a look at the intro. What I'm paying attention to in the introduction, remember how I said 20, chapter 2? So it's saying, can't you make it go away? And it's funny because the page number that you got is just before the 19. It could have been anywhere here, right? So let's take a look at page number 15, and then we're going to take a look at what's happening afterwards. So let me firstly tune into this and let's see what stands out for me the most here, guys, for you. Do you remember how I talked about the young spirit and child? Look, in all my life, I have never heard a mother call out to her child as he or she goes off to school, take a lot of risks today, darling. She is more likely to convey to her child, be careful, darling. This be careful carries with it a double message. The world is really dangerous out there and you won't be able to handle it. What mom is really saying, of course, is if something happens to you, I won't be able to handle it. You see, she's only passing on her lack of trust in her ability to handle what comes her way. For you guys, it's about being overprotective mother here. What's important is to take a look at, every time you're afraid of something, take a look at the relationship with your parents, specifically mother here, and see if you've taken any blockages and if you're afraid to do something sometimes because there was something said to you that subconsciously has an impact to you right now, okay? I would really encourage you to take a look at that. Now we'll take a look at the page 19 and let's see what's there. Okay, so 19 is actually chapter 2 starts here, right? Can't you make it go away? So let's take a look at this. This is a different storyline, so choose yours. It says Janet's still waiting for the fear to go away. She had always planned to return to college once her children were in school. And again, children coming through here, right? But she now notices it's been 4 years since her youngest child entered her first grade. New excuses have popped up since that time. I want to be here when the children come home from school. We really don't have the money. My husband will feel neglected. Although it is true that certain logistics would have to be worked out, that is not the reason for her hesitation. In fact, her husband is willing to help her in any way he can. He is concerned about her restlessness and often encourages her to fulfill her lifelong dream of becoming a fashion designer. Now, there's another scenario for some of you. What's really holding you back is probably your own excuses, and you have to actually admit that to yourself and say, okay, I could have done this, but maybe I've chosen not to, and I've chosen excuses. So partly what needs to be overcome here for some of you guys is how much you really want it. For some others of you, there was a bit of a different storyline where your blockage is coming from your family, okay? So choose your scenario. So let's take a look at the Book of Answers. And I'm going to see how your success looks like here. And give me a description of how that's gonna look like. You will need to consider other ways. Now, what that's talking for some of you is doing something that not a lot of people are doing right now, or doing something differently from other people. That's gonna be really important for you not to follow the crowd so that you're going to be successful. Your success isn't the same way that a lot of other people have taken in your life specifically. Proceed at a more relaxed pace. Some of you are trying to make it work for yourself before the divine timing, meaning you might be rushing things out for yourself. This is saying take one step at a time in order to get where you want to be. Now, another message what I'm hearing regarding this success, it's saying whatever you want to achieve, it has to be peaceful. What's bringing you peace, pile number one? Because I do have a vision of you packing your bag. You don't take much with you, but you are on your way to overcome some kind of a mountain. And what does that mountain mean to you? Are these your past experiences, or there is something that you still have to overcome to get to where you want to be? It is uncertain. Yeah, for some of you, you need better confidence, and it might be coming through again those blockages. You have to be certain. You have to be trusting in order to where you want to be. Because I do see a big group of people in my vision here who's going to be following your lead. So you have to be a leader that you needed at a certain time of your life. And leadership for file number one is going to be quite a big, quite an important thing here. One more. Remove your own obstacles. And those own obstacles are partly what we talked about before. Your hesitation, those obstacles you might create for yourself, and they don't even exist. What if, a bit like that second scenario that we talked about. You know, I don't want to neglect my husband, I have to take care of the kids, or I have to do this. What if I go there, I'm not going to be successful? Remove your own obstacles. This is saying to get to where you want to be. Let's take a look at your successful life here. How does that look like for you, pile number one? Once you do get rid of that, how does your life look like once you are successful? Queen of Swords, very nice. Two of Cups. And Knight of Pentacles. So you're going to be very persistent, what I'm seeing here. You guys, let's see bottom of the deck, Wheel of Fortune. I'm not taking reversals. You guys, it seems like you're going to have a life that will, your success is very connected to communication with other people. Communication with people around the world, communication with people who live in different places. Communication is a big deal here. Speaking your truth, showing your truest self. This Queen reminds me a little bit. And remember how there was a sentence in the Susan Jeffers book? She wanted to be a fashion designer. Doesn't this woman remind you of the Meryl Streep character, Devil Wears Prada? Look at her face. She's like, don't F with me, yeah? So that's what kind of a vibe you're gonna have about you. You're going to be very straightforward. You're going to be very respected and very clever in what it is that you'll be doing. People will be a little bit cautious when it comes to you, because they will be a little bit afraid to say something that might seem silly. So I would see a situation where you work in a field that maybe international communication of some sorts, that can help other people out when it comes to their own insecurities, and help them out by advising them somehow, because again, it's coming through speech for pile number one. You could be a perfect psychologist, you could be a perfect therapist or advisor of any kind, and you could also actually guide people because of your own confidence. So in order, guys, to get to your own success, you're gonna have to achieve this Queen of Swords energy. And this is someone who has a bit more of that, you know, straight to the point, masculine, logical energy, rather than the emotional one. You're gonna have to make decisions based on your logic and intellect rather than the emotions. So for example, someone who wants to change their career around, and they're like, well, but how can I leave all these people? How can I leave this job? You know, I've been here for so many years. And then, you know, you're talking about your emotions, but the masculine would look at that situation is this a place that I can grow? Is this the place that is suitable for me? I'm not taking into consideration the emotional parts of this job. I'm just looking at what's best for me at that time. So in order to be successful, you're gonna have to cut a couple of things off in your life. And as I said, that 8 of Swords here, right? Like, cut it off. Look, there is a knife over there. You have to cut those ties off in order to move forward. What's holding you back? Pile number 1. What's holding you back? Because success is on your side here, and all you have to do is to start moving. Let's take a look at how your finances would be. King of Pentacles. Do I need to say more? No, I don't think so. Not only your finances would be very good, your home would be beautiful. So I don't know if you are aiming for having a very beautiful, cozy home environment for yourself and you want it to be built or designed particularly. Design is quite a big thing here for pile number 1. So maybe fashion, maybe beauty, maybe something regarding that. And again, communication with people is quite important. But this king lives in a beautiful home. This king has his finances in place, okay? Even that watch, even if we can't see that watch fully here, it seems like it's quite an expensive watch. So your finances would be really good, but please pay attention to that Queen of Swords and tune into that energy in order to get to where you want to be. Let's see more. How would your life look like? A lot of air energy here. Restless, I can say. Okay, this is saying that there's a possibility for you to go from one place to another if you would want to. There's that diversity to your lifestyle here. So you might want, you might have to meet different people from different places, and you won't stand still at the same place. I don't see you being sitting in one place for the whole week. I do see you jumping in a car or jumping on a plane and going somewhere and coming back to that place where you work at. Okay, so there is that energy of you having your finances very balanced, very good investments as well, and also you not being in this space of stagnancy. You would find this quite motivating and uplifting for yourself. And I feel like, really, look how much blue we have here. And I'm paying attention to blue, not green actually here, which is telling me pay attention to your throat chakra. Is there something that you can take from, no, that rephrasing. How can you use your throat chakra to your own success? Do you want to write a book? Do you want to spread the message to people? Anything that comes from communication would be a good thing for you to do, okay? So I truly hope this made sense, pile number 1. Let me know if it did. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I'm going to catch you next time. Bye for now. Hello tribe, whoever has chosen pile number 2. So we're looking at your successes, but we're also going to be looking at your journey. So we're going to be looking at what might be possibly blocking you from your own success, and that always comes through as some kind of form of a fear. That's why I've pulled out the Susan Jeffers book, and we'll also be using the Book of Answers, okay? So let's get into this and let's see what we have. What do we need to take a look at exactly in the book of Susan Jeffers, please? Page 29. So let's take a look at what page 29 has to say to you guys. Pile number 2. 29. What do we have there for you? Give me a minute. I'm gonna read a bit of it, okay? It says, the transition wasn't easy. After fighting the rage of why did this happen to me, she started to accept the fact that she was now in charge of both her own and her husband's survival. Numbed, she went through the motions of learning his business, handling decisions regarding his health, and waking up every morning with the understanding that it was now up to her. After a while, the numbness left, the fog cleared, and she discovered a profound sense of peace she had never experienced before. She started to realize the heavy price she had paid to be taken care of. Prior to her husband's stroke, Janice's thinking has been permeated with the phrase, what if? She always worried about the future, never enjoying her todays. She had lived with the underlying dread of, my God, what if something happened to him? She had often remarked to her friends, I hope I die before he does. I couldn't live without him. She thought she couldn't, which is a less than satisfactory way to go through life. This all changed as she found strength she never thought she had. She now knows the answer to her question, what if? The answer is, I'll handle it. So some of you are quite strong-willed people here, and I think for pile number 2, what I'm getting taken from your intuitive card that you've chosen, you're going to do something that is very independent. Okay, so you would be great entrepreneurs, guys. You would be great people to come up with ideas of projects of any sorts, and you would have to take the control in your own hands. What is it that's not working out the way you want it to work out? Because it seems like you might just need to change what if to I'm gonna handle this. So what is it that you're trying to get in your life? Because it seems like you're halfway there. And you guys, it seems like you've clicked out of curiosity, because a lot of you in this pile number 2 have already got it. The business idea, the grasp of it, what you want to do, okay, there is already the understanding of how you want your life to be. And your life has your success has this connection to being financially independent from other companies, people, coming up with something yourself and trying to make it. Because if you've chosen this pile, it means that even if you haven't thought of it just yet fully, you don't have a business plan just yet, maybe if you ever thought of you wanting to be entrepreneur of any sorts, that would be a great thing for you to do, and that where might be your success laying at. Okay, let's take a look at the Book of Answers. Let's see what we have here. Hints to success, please. Hints to success. It's a good time to make plans. Now is the time, this is saying. There is never going to be a better time than to come up with something or improve your business than right now, okay? So make plans. Maybe if you want to reshape something, or if you want to change your job, this is the time to do so, or at least start with a plan, a bit of like bullet points on your notepad, what it is that you want to get and how you're going to get there. Because you guys giving me a vibe of someone who is very masculine, analytical. Doesn't matter if you can't speak, male or female watching this, okay? Let's see what else. You don't really care. So for those people who maybe sometimes think that other people don't care about what it is that you're doing, you don't have to pay attention to that. All you need to do is to care yourself. So don't try to look for approval from external sources. What you have to do is to care about it yourself and really see that vision clearly in front of you. Because once you do, no one's gonna be able to stop you. It would be inadvisable. Let's see what. You know better now than ever before. Okay, I feel like I need third message. Seek out more options. Okay, so if you have one idea on your mind, or if there is a situation and you're like, I'm not sure about it, but I think I'm just gonna go for it, or I'm gonna do it, it's saying seek out for more options. So there is something better for you, better approach, better job, better career than what it is that you thought of right now. Okay, and it seems like you have already similar experiences in the past, saying you know better now than ever before. So look back at your past and see what worked out how for yourself, especially if you're in the fearful mindset. Be more generous. So this is saying every time you gain something, try to give back. Would it be through donations of time or money or attention to people who don't get as much of it. Now let's take a look at how your successful life will be like, and we're gonna be using the textured tarot here. Let's see what we have. How will your life look like once you are successful? Five of Pentacles, I'm not feeling too many. That one wants to pop out, we'll take it. Okay, well, King of Wands, there's a lot of fire energy here happening. Okay, the Ten of Swords, Four of Cups. Okay, don't worry about these cards because this is not how I'm reading them. Your success has a connection with mental health. So let's take a look at the bottom of the deck, Two of Swords. Take a look at career if you don't have a clue right now what you want to do next, or even if you do, maybe it's gonna make sense to you. What you're gonna have to do in the future to be successful is to help those people who are struggling with their own thoughts, or who are they are not motivated to do anything. They're just in a deep hole, pile number 2, because it seems like you might be some kind of a helper here. You hold a lot of passion and fire in you, and you're all about go, 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 let's get shit done. And what you're gonna have to do in this lifetime is to really help those who think that they've lost it all, or who really need your advice or help of some sorts. So whatever the business idea or whatever you want to do in the future, it would be very good for you guys to somehow uplift other people, especially those who think that they have lost a lot in their life and if they feel like they're at the bottom. So if you wanted to be a therapist, if you wanted to be a psychologist, if you wanted to be someone who works maybe in CIA, I don't know why I'm thinking about it from this card, CIA or some kind of secret agent, or work in a field that is connected with protection of those who are more vulnerable, that would be a good thing to do here. You need to somehow in this lifetime shine your light on people and really say that, hey, you know what, you have it all, really, you have it all. So I don't know why, but we had to cover a bit like what it is for you before we get into your life, because that kept coming through for me. Here we go, now we're talking about how would your life be. You guys, you have to share in this lifetime. Whatever you get in this lifetime, you have to share. And so let's say if you, and obviously you will, be financially very abundant, take a look at this card. Isn't that the most abundant card you've seen? This is saying this lady doesn't care how much she has behind her. This is like luxurious level 1000, right? What she cares about here though is that inner temple of hers. So now, guys, for you, the inner temple is gonna be that success in this lifetime, and you're gonna be finding the treasures deep down inside of you, and you're gonna have to share those with other people. So generosity and giving back is something that's quite important here. Equal give and take. Every time you feel like you got lucky in this lifetime, you'd have to somehow share it, helping others. Your life would be quite luxurious here, especially like, and I'm thinking, what I'm getting from the Eight of Pentacles here, it seems like you guys wouldn't want a lot of luxurious things around you, but you have particular things that you very much care about. Like, for example, chandelier. You just want a very nice home, but maybe it doesn't have everything doesn't have to be expensive or over the top, but you just want a very beautiful chandelier and you don't care about the rest. See what I'm getting here? Or you just want a very beautiful bathroom and you don't care about the rest. You're like, you know what, it's just money or it's just material things. Because I don't know why I'm getting for you guys here, you pretty good. Your success seems like I'm good with how much I have, and I actually have more, but I'm not showing it, if it's making sense. Let's see. Queen of Cups, Eight of Wands. It feels like a lot of people will want your attention, pile number 2, okay? A lot of people will want a piece of you, your attention, and they will want to learn how you did it. So that's great, because look, we have Queen of Cups. You would be very caring. I don't know why. We're talking about success, but this care is coming through for me here. And that's a very good balance between getting things done and getting your money in your wallet, but also being this down-to-earth human being who can help those who are not maybe as knowledgeable or are not as capable to do something themselves. So guys, you some kind of a helpers who are really living a good lifestyle. I'm getting here. Lifestyle is quite important for you guys. Living a really good life, and you somehow, I see even, I'm having a vision of some of you actually going and helping the homeless. So this give and take throughout this life, you without expecting something back, and you just do some kind of a good deed for other people, that's how it's gonna return to you tenfold. And you shouldn't think of it that way. Now I'm gonna start giving, you know, money to people or helping them out. This is the perception, this is the perspective, how you have to look at your success. It has a massive connection of helping those who are in trouble. What is it for you specifically? You might find out in the future, or maybe you know already. Your business can be connected to that. You have very good energy about you, but there is that slip, you know, to you, where you might, once you will start living from ego, that's when you might start noticing how some of those successes might be coming to your life slower, because what you need to do is keep your clear balance between that's what I'm taking and that's what I'm getting, because you're going to be getting quite a lot of money, and that's what I'm giving back as time or assistance to others. Does it make sense? So I truly hope this made sense, pile number 2. Subscribe if you want to see more of these readings, and I'm going to catch you next time. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 3. Let's take a look at your reading. So we're looking at your successes here, but we're also going to be looking at some of the blockages that some of you guys might have, and it might come from your family or your own self. So we're going to take a look at what it is that we need to hear in Susan Jeffers' book here for you guys. It says there's something in the introduction. Okay, let's ask Tarot which number in the intro we have for you. 5, chapter 5. Let's take a look at chapter 5. Okay, intro, let's see. And it says Pollyanna rides again. So let's open that up and let's see what we have over there. 75. Okay, Pollyanna rides again. Let's read a bit about it. It says, don't be such a Pollyanna. How many times, and we can read about it, Pollyanna is a delightful story about a young girl who made a game of finding something to be glad about in anything negative that came into her life. Over the years, this kind of Pollyanna thinking has been maligned, as being naive and unrealistic. Okay, it says, how many times has someone tried to put you down with these words when you were trying to look at the brighter side of things? For many years, I never questioned that being a Pollyanna has a bad thing. It wasn't consciously hammered into my head. Having dinner with a friend one evening, I fervently tried to make her see the positive side of something she fervently viewed as negative. Suddenly, she disdainfully remarked, "You are beginning to sound like Pollyanna." Much to her surprise and mine, I blurted out, "What's so terrible about Pollyanna anyway? What's wrong with feeling good about life despite the obstacles in your way? What's wrong with looking at the sun instead of seeing gloom and doom? What's wrong with trying to see good in everything?" "Nothing is wrong with it," I asserted. "In fact," I added incredulously, "why would anyone resist thinking that way?" And resist we do. Positive thinking is one of the most difficult of all concepts to get across to people. And for me, this is quite important when it comes to your successes, guys. How you're gonna get there. The moment you slip, taken from your intuitive card here, the moment you slip and you think to yourself, "Oh my God, this was so silly," and slip, don't take it as an actual slip metaphorically, but I'm just gonna give you an example of someone who slips and they spill the coffee all over themselves and they start laughing rather than being angry about it. See what I'm getting here? So your success is very much connected to how you tend to view the disastrous situations happening in your life here, and not being backed down by people who are maybe sometimes like, why are you always so positive, or why do you always see positivity in this situation? You know what's gonna get you ahead in life? Actually, maybe some of you want to change countries, I don't know, but what's gonna give you this a head start in life is your own perception. And that's quite important for pile number 3s, okay? Every time you slip, laugh it off, dust yourself off, and start moving forward. So you would be really good at visualizing things, pile number 3. But make sure that whatever you're trying to get in your life is in line with your own vibration. Let's move on. Let's take a look at the Book of Answers. So give us the hints about your success here. Keep it to yourself, okay? Don't talk just to anyone about it. And I know you have a really good heart, pile number 3, but keep some things to yourself, okay? Something that's important about this business idea or what you're planning to do next in your career. You must act now, okay? So if you thought of something, if you wanted to take some kind of a course, if you're planning something out for yourself, or if you're about to change some things around, it's saying you must act now. For some others of you, what I'm seeing, you might be deciding to leave something and therefore you must act now. But regarding your success, what I'm seeing here, you're going to become very assertive when it comes to making decisions here. Don't bet on it, okay? What else? Ask your mother. Okay, every time, this is funny because some of you might laugh at this, but your mother knows best. And whatever you're trying to achieve, she intuitively knows a lot already. So if you feel like there's gonna be a doubt, or you will be like, I don't know how to do this, ask your mother if you have one, okay? Or whoever is that mother image to you in your life. It's saying prepare for the unexpected. For you guys, your success and the way you're gonna live your life in the future, that successful life, okay, is going to be quite a surprise for a lot of you yourself. Because why? You might not even imagine how many things will be coming your way, and they might be coming out of nowhere. Why? Because you're very good at looking at the positives when it comes to life knocking you down. So instead of you saying, you know what, God damn it, I've lost this job, you probably would be saying, hey, you know what, it's opening new doors, what's behind it? So please keep that mindset up, because for you, when it comes to your future self, successes is quite important here. let's take a look at how your successful life will be like and what are those successes that we just talked about here. So pile 3, what do we have for you here? You're very unique people and you're gonna have to look for unique things to do. Your life will surprise your own self, and a lot of you might already do things that you've never thought that you would be interested in or be doing previously. So let's see what we have for you guys. We have 3 of Pentacles. You might be collaborating with other people here, especially when it comes to the people who are thrown at you in this lifetime for a reason, so those soul connections from past life. And you might be coming together with a couple of people I'm seeing here, working in a group or collaborating with someone in order to create something beautiful or that is very precious for you. Yeah, you're building something up by, okay, you're connecting with your tribe members in this lifetime in order to build something up. And you will encounter people on your way who will help you build that up. It doesn't have to be a direct impact, but it might be, do they inspire you? Do they bring you some kind of idea? What do they give to you in order to build this? And bang, we have the Emperor. You guys, bottom of a deck, 8 of Pentacles. Whoa, this 8 of Pentacles is the most abundant card that I've seen, the way it's represented here. Now put the Emperor next to it, we'll take them both out. Put the Emperor next to it, can you see what beauty we're looking at here? So your life, it seems like you might find yourself in connections with different people, and they might even come out of nowhere, or they might come from your past, somehow getting to know people again. And your life will look like, I think for pile number 3, you're gonna be quite visible for a lot of people around you. And don't be afraid if you're gonna start seeing jealousy, because people will be like, whoa, how did you get there? You have your money in place, your life is in complete order, you have structured your life the way you want it to be. Take a look at those tables here, you see? There's so much structure to your life, you know where you want to be, and you know that you deserve that throne. Now, if you pay attention to that throne over here, we have all your experiences as books on the side here, okay? So every single book that you've read throughout life or experience that you have encountered, you're going to use for your own advantage. You are going to be probably a leader of some sorts, or someone who would be a really good boss. So if you ever wanted to be a boss, that's something that you will achieve in this lifetime. But what this is saying to you, learn from other people's work first, or learn from them first before you get to the place where you want to be. Now, it seems like you're going to have a very good balance between spirituality and the material realm. So you're going to have a pretty good balance when it comes to what matters for you most, which luxury matters for you, yes, or material things matter for you, yes. Some of you just want to have very nice paintings in your house, I think. You have maybe a particular taste. So you're going to create that for yourself, you know, whatever it is that you want in your home space. But you're also going to create a very respected image when it comes to your work. There is so much abundance in these cards, I don't know where to start. People will look up to you, people will come and ask for advice, but it seems like you're not gonna say everything that you have learned about, because it seems like some of you might make money of it. I hope it's making sense. So something that you've learned over time in your lifetime from your own experiences and those hardships and slipping and getting up, you know, and failing and dusting yourself up and going further, that's something that you might want to maybe inspire other people with, or maybe share with other people. But I think a lot of that you're going to keep to yourself, and you might somehow ask for money in exchange of your experiences. Doesn't make sense. But this is a boss type. This is self-made boss type of a pile, and I'm really glad to see that here. Pile number 3. I hope it made sense. If you want to see more of these readings, subscribe, and I'm gonna catch you next time. Bye for now. Hello, pile 4. So we're going to be taking a look at your successes, but also we'll be looking at the journey and possible blockages too. Okay, so whatever is coming through, I'm just going to throw it out here. Maybe someone's going to need to hear it. Why I'm using Susan Jeffers' book is because usually all of our successes are on the other side of fear, as we all know. So there's something that you might need to hear from this book, or you might want to interpret what I'm going to be reading your own way and to really dig deep there and see what's holding you back. Maybe it's not going to hold you back. Maybe you already overcame it, okay? So let's take a look at what it is that you need to hear, pile 4, before we tune into the rest. Pile 4. Okay. Page 15. Let's take a look at page 15. There's something there for you. Did you want to pick another pile? I feel like I want to pull one more card, because we read about page 15 in one more pile. And there's something in the intro. Let's ask Tarot which chapter in the intro. And what we have popping is 6 of Wands. Let's take a look at the 6th chapter. So let's see. Let's start with the 6th chapter. I don't know why I want to take a look at it. And it says, when they don't want you to grow. Well, why are we talking jealousy already? Because 6 of Wands is talking about, take a look at how this is connected. People who are looking at you from everywhere. People who might be jealous, people who are like, how did he make it? This is a winner card, okay? This is a successful card. This is talking about you accomplishing some kind of a goal and everyone just looking at you. And then 6, when they don't want you to grow, it's talking a bit about other people maybe being a little bit jealous of your successes. So guys, what's up? Let's take a look at this 95. 95. Okay, chapter 6. Pay attention to 6 in your own life too. We're gonna read a bit about it, so bear with me. It says, the gloom and the fog are beginning to lift. Life is appearing far more manageable now that you have adopted your Pollyanna attitude. By the way, Pollyanna attitude is when someone tends to look at situations in life from the positive side only. So if someone, for example, effed up and they failed, so Pollyanna type of attitude would say, you know what, but take a look at the positive side of the situation, what you can get out of it. So briefly about that. And then it says, as you begin to put your newfound positiveness into action and make some longed for changes, you suddenly find that something is amiss with the people in your life. Both inside and outside your home, you begin to realize that some of the significant people in your life don't seem to like the changes in you. Even if the old you was a total wreck. What is happening? What is happening is that others have become accustomed to interacting with you in a certain way. And when that pattern of interaction is broken, there is usually upset of varying degrees. Even when you understand it, this upset can be very disturbing. Not only are you fearful of moving forward, but you are now fearful of losing your relationships. Just when you are in need of a cheering squad, you find yourself faced with enemy troops. Doesn't that remind you of that? Okay, let's go. Let's see. What else in page 15? You know already what that's talking about. This is talking about that your success, you might start noticing that once you are more successful in your life, or you are just happier in your life, you might notice that people tend to be a little bit jealous, and you might find yourself where you're like, but I thought that they were my friends or family members, very supportive people or partners, right? And that's when people start being a bit of afraid of how much you can achieve and being a little bit jealous of your successes, because how they are looking at you is like, whoa, how did they manage to do so? And they will project their own insecurities and their own lack of successes onto how they communicate with you. Does it make sense? So let's take a look at 15, what we have in 15. Okay, it says, in all my life I have never heard a mother call out to her child as he or she goes off to school. Take a lot of risks today, darling. She is more likely to convey to her child, be careful, darling. This be careful carries with it a double message. The world is really dangerous out there, and you won't be able to handle it. What mom is really saying, of course, is if something happens to you, I won't be able to handle it. You see, she's only passing on her lack of trust in her ability to handle what comes her way. So now remember that if you do have that as a blockage, for some of you that's coming through, something coming from your family or childhood, maybe not necessarily the exact situation, but for example, if someone said something like, hey, maybe not in straightforward way that you're not good enough, but it made you feel that way, or hey, watch out for the world, it's disastrous, maybe that's why people who seem to look at life from that perspective, they can't stand watching you succeed when you are focusing on the positives only, because they're like, but how are they looking at life from such perspective? There's always good, and there is no bad. How can they succeed so much? Well, how can you? Because obviously all you are concentrated on is good things, and you have to acknowledge the fall downs and the slip ups in your life. But all you need to do really, pile 4, and what you're doing already, is taking notes, learning lessons, moving on, and while smiling. Okay, so that's very nice. I really love this pile number 4. Let's take a look at what else we can get about your successes. It says count to 10, ask again. Okay, maybe you've asked a question in your head already. I don't know. Let's see. Only do it once. So let's see what that's talking about. You will not be disappointed. Okay, it seems like for some of you, your success is on the other actually side of fear. Have you ever been afraid of doing something that you've never tried? And this is encouraging you to do it once. Try something out. So your success is connected to trying new things out for pile number 4. What did I see something try? Or try a more unlikely solution. I thought I saw something over there too, but it doesn't matter. Try a more unlikely solution. Your approach has to be different here. And that is how you're gonna get there. For pile 4, you're unique. Not everyone is for you. Not every job is for you. Not every opportunity is for you, because if you don't get it sometimes, it means there is a better one waiting for you around the corner. So you guys are born under a lucky star, pile number 4, I can tell you that. Avoid the first solution. So the first solution can be talking about approach your success or business or whatever you want to do from the side of, from that boring as logical side, which is a lot of people will come up with a first solution. So I see a vision, people sitting in a meeting actually, and most of the people would come up with the same solution because it's just logical to go about that way. For you, you have to come up with a different solution for your own success. Does it make sense? You have to look out for your own uniqueness, because that's what's gonna make you successful, pile number 4. Let's take a look at how your life would look like, that successful life, and we're gonna be using the texture tarot here. Let's see how your successful life looks like, pile 4. The Empress, of course. We already have 6 of Wands over here. We're gonna put it right next to your chosen intuitive card. Knight of Pentacles. Oops. What? Turned around. Ten of Wands. Persistence. Okay. Five of Pentacles. And the Hangman. And again, that Hangman, it's whoever knows tarot is talking about looking at different solutions, different approaches in life. Bottom of the deck, the Temperance. Okay, let's see. And taken from Temperance, what I wanted to say, I feel like for some of you, your successful life has a connection with the body or the health. So I don't know what exactly it is for you guys here, but you might be drawn to working in a medical field or somehow protecting other people, okay? I don't know why that's how I see the Ten of Wands, because bear in mind, whatever the cards we have here, we're asking about your successful life. So your successful life would be pretty much like you don't have any more depressive days where you're wondering about what's going to happen with your money or your bank. Okay, you're not worrying about that anymore. You are already somehow approaching your life in a way where I'm not seeing it as a hard work, but what I'm taking one step at a time. You're not overworking yourself here, you see. What you concentrated on is mothering people. Protection is a big thing. You want to protect people somehow here. Taken from how this Empress is protecting her belly. For some of you, you might want to create a family, and that's your biggest success in life that you are trying to achieve, which is going to be happening for you in the future. But for pile number 4, what's more to concentrate on here, I'm feeling you somehow have to connect to the earth. And I don't know what exactly it means to you, but maybe partly the energy of earth and groundingness has a big impact to your success. And I'm hearing Gaia, okay? So really pay attention to those energies. You might work with them in order to get to where you want to be. Another thing that I'm seeing here, it seems like you would be great, guys, working in, your success is connected with some kind of, I'm hearing history, and I'm hearing old temples. I'm seeing visions of old temples and healthy lifestyle. So I don't know if you want to create this lifestyle for yourself where you can visit those places and get charged up from them, or you can freely move, because after Temperance I really paid attention to the Chariot card, and if some of you wanted to travel to places freely, that's something that you could achieve in this lifetime, okay? The only thing that you have to do is to be very focused and very determined, because for some of you that travel, I'm hearing this, there might be a restriction to it, more restriction that I know of, and I don't know exactly what it means to you. You would be great working and quite successful working in medical fields here, and in mothering people, in protecting people. Now, what else I'm seeing for you guys? Your success is like, I feel like you are nearly there. Not all of you, but it seems like you need to, those who are not there yet, what you need to do is to really immerse yourself into hard work. And not only that, but you're gonna have to be patient. So life might really test you out and check how much stamina you have when it comes to it, how much you really want this. Because there is a situation that I'm seeing here where you might not be as happy with how much money you have, okay? And you might be tested exactly at the time when you've achieved something. So look back in your life and see, have you ever felt like you had enough, or you were like, whoa, you know what, I was lucky. So you might have been tested in the past, because it seems like universe is looking, once we give you this abundance, which is beautiful home, more money than you have now, okay, being able to, for you what's important, pile 4, is experiences. So I think you would spend your money on experiences once you are successful, rather than the material things. If it's making sense, you would want to experience life, breathe in life, okay? And did you ever have that situation where you are like, hey, you know, I feel like I have enough to go here and there? And how did you treat your money and success then? Because it seems like you will need to learn how to keep it, pile 4. So your approach, positive approach, is great here, but you're gonna have to find the structure to your life in order to keep that success. So, and I heard someone saying on YouTube today, you know, my success is not guaranteed. And that lady was very young, actually. And I was like, whoa, you know what, you're so smart, because people think, and she has 4 different incomes. And she's still saying that those are not guaranteed for me. So I think that's what kind of approach you're gonna have to find. For you guys, it might even mean that for you to be financially successful, what needs to be done here is to find different sources of income, because it seems like you guys, you don't want to kind of have that boring ass lifestyle where you just have one source and you do same thing all over again. There's more diversity to you. So if you ever wanted to do different jobs, okay, and come up with something, that would be a great thing to do. You don't have to have 4 different incomes. 2 would be a great thing for you. Once you feel like the expiration date came to one job of yours, but you have that side, let's say, job that's making you money, or doesn't have to be an actual somewhere that you actually physically go, but maybe you want to make money on the internet, you would be great doing so. Okay, we got to the place here, pile number 4. Your success might be very connected with making money while you're sleeping. Does it make sense? So you might want to take a look at what platforms you want to use in order to make money while you sleep. Investing wisely, you would be great at that, guys, okay? Because I don't see you working your ass off in one place in order to get to where you want to be. Okay? I hope it's making sense. And then here we go, we have the 8 of Pentacles, which is abundance, okay? Look, the way I'm reading this 8 of Pentacles here for this pile is that, do you remember how I said making money while sleeping? It's pretty much what's happening here for me. She has her eyes closed and there's a lot of the luxury happening around her. So really pay attention to that. Maybe check out the unconventional ways how to make money, because the Hanged Man is here. The Hanged Man is taking time off to come up with different ideas, look at this situation from a different perspective. But your success is on the horizon. I think what you need to do, pile number 4, is to really take a look at different ways to get your money. And then here we go, we have King of Wands, because you're very passionate about life, pile 4, and that's how you're going to be living your life in the future. That's your successful self, right? You don't want to stay in one place. You don't want to be bored. You're not going to be working in a place that's not making you happy. You're going to be like, no, bitches, moving on. I want to do something else. This is your vibe, okay? And it's not coming through as a cocky vibe too much for me here. Take a look at how similar these two are. See that wand over here? And that wand, and then there's that circle and that circle. Can you see? So you will need to, and you will be living your best life. In order to live your best life, you will have to have an unlimited days of holiday. That's pile number 4's vibe. I'm sorry if it's not your pile. Maybe click another one. You'll be like, you know what, I don't want to have certain amount of days that I can, go on holiday for. I just want to create something for myself where I can go on holiday whenever I want to. And in order to do that, maybe I need to think of unconventional ways how to make business, on how to make money. Maybe I need to come up with something that's making money on the side. So really pay attention to that, pile number 4, because you're all about experiencing life, okay? You're not as much about the material gains and not as much about the financial abundance when it comes to getting money to buy stuff, to keep it, but you're more about exploration and meeting people and being able to travel, okay, and being able to do something that you're very passionate about. So that's your future self. Your future self is very busy. Your future successful self is very abundant in experiences in life and probably has quite a lot of holidays during the year. So congratulations, pile number 4. If you'd like to see more of these readings, hit the sub button, and I'm going to see you next time. Bye for now.